continue this all day, I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today.
Good morning. The 36th District Court in the state of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Donald Coleman presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, chewing gum, or reading any material. Thank you.
Thank you. This is case number 23-152244. This is Javar Grayson versus Brian Ambrose. The matter is before the court where there is an application for entry of a default judgment. The court has set the matter on in regard to that motion. Your appearance for any attorney who's appearing on either side, your appearance in first instance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Christopher Michaels, P83156, on behalf of Police Officer Brian Ambrose. And briefly, there was also the defendant's motion to dismiss in lieu of answer was filed. I don't know if today is the date and time for that as well.
I do have that matter that was filed with the court June the 30th and submitted to the court. So that is an issue that's before the court as well. All right, and do I have Javar Grayson on the Zoom? Say something if you're here at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. Javar Grayson representing myself.
Thank you, Mr. Grayson. Good morning to you as
Good morning.
well. All right, I see that there is let me address the issue of the application for entry of default judgment in this matter. On what basis are you saying, Mr. Grayson, that you should be entitled to entry of default judgment in this matter?
Well, Your Honor, we sent documents into you stating that I'm a national, a Morris American, and this highwayman has no jurisdiction over me. And we sent that information to you, and also sent, I believe I have a court, People versus Battle as a reference in the case.
I think that you're addressing something that don't have anything to do with my question. You submitted to the court a default request. Now, on one hand, you're telling me that the court doesn't have jurisdiction. You telling me that the court doesn't have jurisdiction, and you're not sitting into the jurisdiction of the court. Then why are you filing something in this court if you believe the court doesn't have jurisdiction?
I'm sorry, the jurisdiction that doesn't have jurisdiction, the 36th District Court, a traffic court, that's not pertaining to you. What I decided to do was send you basically every information to communicate what I've been doing basically in 36th District Court, as well as this procedure.
I'm not a traffic court judge. I'm a civil judge. I don't know what are you talking about?
Yes, sir. And I understand that.
All right, Mr. Michaels, address yourself, if you will, to both issues. One is the motion for entry of default, and then secondly, which I believe these issues might collide, the motion to dismiss in lieu of filing an answer, sir. Go right ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did receive a copy of the request for default this week, so I had no opportunity to respond. Obviously, the city the city law department who's representing this police officer filed its motion back in June, dismissed in lieu of an answer. So I don't believe there's any grounds whatsoever for a default judgment. The brief speaks pretty clearly on its face for why a dismissal is appropriate. There is no viable claim stated in plaintiff's original complaint, and since the defendant is was at the time and still is a police officer, he would be entitled to governmental immunity. It appears that it's some sort of dispute regarding traffic tickets or citations that were given for various matters that are currently pending in front of Judge Perkins right now. So it also appears to be some sort of collateral attack against those proceedings, which is under Michigan rules not permitted. So we would ask this court dismiss this case under any.
Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to witness yet another sovereign citizen disaster in Judge Coleman's courtroom. From the start, the stage is set. The judge opened proceedings, the case is announced, and we learn that Grayson, the man who once threatened to sue a different judge, is now taking on police officer. The defense counsel appears sharp and ready, but the suspense builds as everyone waits for Grayson to present his bizarre arguments.
Certainly, let me begin with the default request. I don't see where the defendant is in default in this matter. He's responded to the complaint. Default is when a party fails to act in the judicial proceeding, in a court proceeding, fail to act when they should have acted, and that therefore the court would be required to enter their default because of their failure. Things like failure to answer the complaint or failure to file a responsive pleading. The responsive pleading that was filed in this matter was filed in June. The case was filed, looks like June the 13th, 2023. The motion was filed June the 30th. That's certainly within the time required by law to do a responsive pleading. So I don't see any basis for default. Default is what, like if the defendant did not answer or didn't file a response, then the plaintiff could move for entry of default. I don't see a basis for entry of default in this matter. So the motion and application for entry of default is denied. There's nothing about this case that shows that the plaintiff is in default, or for that matter, that defendant is in default on anything. Neither party is in default. The case is right where it's supposed to be, and that is that there's been a complaint filed, and then there's been a responsive pleading. That responsive pleading is a motion to dismiss in lieu of filing an answer. If the plaintiff didn't file, straight that if the defendant didn't file a motion, he would have had to file an answer to the complaint. So when there's a complaint, you got to answer within a certain period of time by either filing a written answer or by filing a motion. Sometimes there's a motion for a more definite statement. Sometimes there's a motion to dismiss because the complaint is deficient or it has some legal flaw involved. This motion to dismiss in lieu of answer is filed alleging and arguing that summary disposition should be granted, or that a motion that the court should dismiss the case because there's no legal grounds or factual grounds for this case to stand on. What is this case about, Mr. Grayson, sir?
It's about a traffic, I guess is some type of traffic ticket. I started off Brian Ambrosius stopping me, and I believe I have the right to travel. It started with that.
All right, guys, here comes a moment we've all been waiting for. Grayson finally speaks. Representing himself, he confidently declares his Moorish American status and starts dropping irrelevant legal references like they mean something. Judge Coleman presses him directly, asking how he can demand default judgment while insisting the court has no jurisdiction. It's an early taste of the contradiction and circular logic that will define this entire hearing.
And I do understand the default judgment, what do you that you are saying, and what it's pertaining to. We are still ready to proceed with the case.
What exactly is your cause of action? Because I don't think that you stated a cause of action that upon which the court could move forward with the complaint.
Well, actually, in traffic court 936 district, there's actions being taken against me as we speak. This is a current case, and 36 district court has no jurisdiction over me. That's why I decided to bring it into civil court common law. And this is a 6-month case that's still going on. So,
all right, Mr. Michael, you get the last word on your motion.
Right, yes, very briefly, there was nothing filed by plaintiff, and it does sound like he's disputing his traffic tickets in this court, which is a collateral attack, which the Michigan court rules and do not allow. So I think that's the best ground to dismiss this case, and we would ask this court.
I object, Your Honor. I'm disputing my birthright. I'm disputing my right to travel.
Now pay attention, because this is where the sovereign nonsense really ramps up. Grayson tries to twist jurisdiction into something that makes no sense, claiming traffic court and civil court rules somehow exempt him from reality. Judge Coleman stays calm, pointing out he is a civil judge, not a traffic court judge. The tension builds as Grayson fumbles to justify why he's even in court if he claims the court has no authority over him. The clash is almost comedic.
All right, I got it, sir. All right, that you failed to state of action upon which the court can grant relief. This case and the complaint in this matter will be dismissed. It's dismissed without prejudice, meaning that if you could formulate a cause of action that is recognized in the Michigan law, then you can bring the matter. If you can formulate case law or some type of law that supports your cause of action. It sounds like part of what is being said here is that as a person, you have a right to travel and et cetera, et cetera. And there is some basis for the same, but yet there is law that allows for law enforcement to stop individuals that are traveling upon the roadways. And so if that is what the cause of action is that they don't have the right to stop me, there is nothing in Michigan law that recognizes that. If, on the other hand, you find some basis to establish that the stop was in the form of some illegal activity, harassment, some advance against your person that is not permitted under law, or done under color of law, but not permitted under the Constitution, then you certainly have the right to bring an action here or in circuit court or in federal court. This case does not have any grounding to it. For that reason, the complaint is dismissed in this matter. Again, and the complaint is dismissed without prejudice. That would be a final order regarding this particular file. Good day to both sides. I wish you well.